your dreams.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail video, and today I'm just going to be talking about Xuan. By the way, if you happen to like the content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Xuan, the Armpit Priestess, is an upcoming quantum 5-star character that is of the Preservation Path. I wonder what deodorant she uses to preservate her armpits. As she is the Preservation Path, her main role on the team is going to be a tank. Yes, this small little girl is going to be the tank of the team. Maybe she aggroes the enemy by showing off her armpits. If that was the case, that enemy must be pretty well cultured. Anyways, her skill, which is called Known by Stars, Shown by Hearts, activates this thing called the Matrix of Prescience. The team members that have been affected by this skill will apportion 65% of the damage they receive to Xuan for 3 turns. Basically, little Xuan will absorb the damage that your allies will take. Allies affected by the Matrix of Prescience will also receive some knowledge, which basically means that their crit rate will be increased by a certain percent, and it also increases their max HP based off of Xuan's max HP. This skill of hers is going to make her pretty versatile because it basically gives you free crit rate. So if you are in that relic farming hell and you lack crit rate, maybe pulling for Xuan would be a pretty good option because any main DPS character can use some crit rate. So Xuan is going to be very vital to any main DPS character that just lacks crit rate. Who would say no to free crit rate, right? Anyways, Xuan's ultimate Woes of Many morphed to 1, deals quantum damage equal to 120% of Xuan's max HP to all enemies. She will also get 1 trigger count from the HP restore from Xuan's talent. The passive talent Bleak Breeds Bliss. When little Miss Xuan is still in the field and has not been knocked down, this thing called the Misfortune Avoidance is applied to the entire team. While affected by this, allies take 22% less damage, and the HP restore will be triggered for Xuan when her HP falls below 50%. So she has a way to sustain herself in combat. Armpit Priestess also has other talents that she gets from Ascensions. At Ascension 2, when the Matrix of Prescience is active, Xuan will regenerate 20 extra energy when she uses her skill. And when you get her to Ascension 4, when Xuan's ultimate is used, heals all other allies by 5% of little Miss Xuan's max HP. So not only is she sustaining your team by taking the hits, she's also restoring HP. At Ascension level 6, when an enemy tries to crowd control you under little Miss Xuan's Prescience of Matrix, or Matrix of Prescience, sorry, your allies will be resisting this crowd control. If you're confused about what crowd control means in the context of Star Rail being a turn-based game, it means that, for example, when you get frozen, you can't take action when it's your turn. So Miss Little Armpits Goddess here is going to prevent you from, getting frozen and any other status elements that prevents you from taking action in a turn. So let's talk about the Armpit Goddess's Lightcone, because it is a pretty good Lightcone. This Lightcone is called She Already Shut Her Eyes, increases the wearer's max HP and their energy regeneration. And when the wearer of this Lightcone's HP gets reduced, all allies' damage dealt increases by 9% for 2 turns. At the start of every wave, restore HP to all allies equal to 80% of the respective HP difference between each character's max HP and their current HP. So when you're fighting multiple waves of enemies, for instance, whenever you get a new wave of enemies, your HP will be restored. For example, when you're in the overworld fighting waves of enemies up to 2 to 3, at the next wave, your HP of your allies will be restored. If this Lightcone activated after every turn, it would just basically make every abundance character a joke, basically. Since Madame Xuan scales off of HP, this Lightcone is obviously one of the best ones for her. And since rolling for Lightcones in Star Rail is not as cancerous as rolling for weapons in Genshin, if you can get your hands on this Lightcone for little Miss Xuan, I would recommend it. Other light cones you can use for Fu Xian is Texture of Memories, Moment of Victory, and Landau's Choice. Problem with other light cones is that there's no other 4-star light cone that increases the wearer's max HP. Defense is kind of useless on Fu Xian since, well, she scales off of HP. You want as much HP as you can on her. But in gacha games, sometimes you just gotta work with what the game gives you. Because of how much utility Little Miss Fu Xian has in her kit, you can basically put her on any team and it will kind of just work, right? It reduces the damage taken by your allies, and she can also increase your allies' crit rate. This honestly, in my opinion, kind of makes her a must pull because she has some pretty good utility with that already. Her best team is obviously going to be the Mono Quantum team since she is the key to a fully Mono Quantum team. 4-star Quantum character Lynx is also going to be on her banner, and Lynx is a 4-star healer. I already got Silver Wolf, who is a Quantum Nihility, and Sela, who is a Quantum the Hunt. Silver Wolf is basically going to be applying the Quantum weakness to every enemy. Sela will just be doing a shit ton of damage. Little Miss Fu Xian will be reducing the damage taken of the team, and Lynx will be able to heal any allies that need healing. Just because this is her best team doesn't mean you can't put Fu Xian anywhere else. Especially since there are those of us that don't have a Jeopard, Fu Xian is going to be a pretty good pull. You can put your main healer on one team and Fu Xian on the second team, and you're basically good to go. Any of that nonsense about, Luocha versus Fu Xian, it doesn't matter because you need 2 teams anyways. I'm going to talk about Eidolons for Fu Xian real quick because I do think her Eidolons are pretty great. E1, when you use the E skill, it basically raises your allies' crit damage by 30%. So that E1 basically gives more utility for Fu Xian. Not only is she giving your party members crit rate, but she's also giving your party members fucking crit damage. I was gonna originally pull for E0, but that E1 is pretty juicy and my Sela's crit damage is kind of lacking. So maybe, pulling that E1 wouldn't be that bad. E2 is pretty good as well. When the Matrix of Patience is active while any team member is struck by a killing blow, that ally will not be knocked down, and 70% of their max HP is immediately restored. This can only occur 1 time per battle though. So if one of your allies die, then Fu Xian basically got you. I'm not really going to bother talking about the rest because I think E1 is a pretty good stopping point in my opinion. Now if you're debating either you should get that E1 or her Lightcone, it really just depends on what you need. There's no real right or wrong answer to this. If you want your Fu Xian to, do a little more for herself, then you should probably just go for the Lightcone. But if you do need some more crit damage for your party members, then you should probably go for that E1. Anyways, that's going to be the end of this video. Let me know what you guys think about Fu Xian. Are you going to be pulling for our armpit goddess? Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys later.
Bye bye now. Come again soon.